Hello, this is the subjunctive tense grammar video. The subjunctive tense is used to show desires, suggestions, or demands. And unlike the tense you've probably mainly been using, it's said when you want to try to influence something, whereas the one you've been using, the indicative, is more about saying something is something. A great example of a subjunctive sentence in English would be, I hope that you do your homework. You don't necessarily know that someone's done their homework, you're just implying that you hope they do. So an example of a subjunctive sentence in Spanish is Hola que tu guste mí, which just means I hope that you like me. And then dudo que él tiene la tarea, which means I doubt they have their homework. So this is the first part of how to write a subjunctive sentence. This will be about the clause before the main clause, and it's basically just the part where you say what you desire to happen. So for example, hola que tu guste mí, and we're just focusing on the part where it says I hope of that sentence. So a great example of a part like this is hola que, temo que, and siento que. But these are just examples that you can do to start off your subjunctive sentence. There's actually an entire list of these type of intros that you can use in your subjunctive test, but all of them fall under the acronym WEIRDO, which stands for wishes, emotions, impersonal recommendations, doubt, and then hola, which just means hope. So you can use any of those as long as it falls under WEIRDO. This is the second part of how to write it, which is just focusing on the verb itself. So when you conjugate subjunctive verbs, all you really have to do is conjugate the verb as if it had the opposite ending. So for example, if it had an AR ending, you would conjugate it like it had an ER ending, and vice versa. If it had an ER or an IR ending, then you'd conjugate it like an AR ending. And then an example of this is TNA goes to tango, which also is important to realize that when you conjugate verbs in the subjunctive, you have to conjugate them as if they were in the yo present form, and then add the AR or ER ending. There are some exceptions to this rule, and there's actually quite a few, but I'll try to be as detailed as I can. So Kargar zar is of course a thing here. So if a word ends in kar, gar, or zar, then you have to change it to its corresponding ending. And then there's also some irregulars in the subjunctive. So for example, dormir in the yo form goes to duermo, and dormir in the nosotros form goes to doramos. And then there's also some other irregular endings, which are dar, estar, ser, haber, ir, and saber, and then their corresponding yo subjunctive forms, which are de, este, se, haya, vaya, and sepa. So there's quite a few exceptions to this rule, so it's important to memorize all of them because they are unique.